monsters call me, I've answered before. I've made many enemies and settled my score. But I did grow weary and I settled down, and I proudly bore the weight of my crown. I lived on my lonesome away in the far, where there was no violence to trouble my heart. I hung up my sword and I raised up my hoe, and I lied as I said that I ne'er would go. But came a cry from a man that I'd known, someone to whom rare compassion I'd shown. And so I opened up my door to the man who promised me blood and war. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I followed him far to a distant land, where he had been exiled by one single man. His horns, they were wicked, his power was great, and you looked in his eyes and were swallowed by hate. He took me to shelter his humble abode, a pitiful cavern his comrades called home. He handed me bedding and bid me adieu, as I sat and I pondered on what I should do. For I craved violence, I craved to be free from the people who wish to control me. Yes, I believe in anarchy's reign, and I know that dictators only bring pain. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again and leave me be and leave my friends. I prepared for battle, I hoarded and schemed, but I did not know all was not as it seemed. My allies unstable, their loyalty thin. Yes, we would have victory, but what would we win? The battle was chaos, blood roared in my ear. A chain of explosions, they looked up with fear. They set up a leader and shouted hoorays, as I shuddered and realized that I'd been betrayed. Is this what you want? Corruption and power? Well, I won't stand for it. This is my hour. Take on these beasts, I'm now friend to none. And if you think you're a hero, then die like one. Oh, woe to thee, people of order, I hope your homes continue to smolder, and that you never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I fled into silence, was all I could hear. The voices once screaming now hummed in my ear. The cold, it was lonely, but I was alone, and I promised that I'd not let blood taint my home. But then came a message from my only friend, a warrior, hide or else this is the end. They bound up my wings and they hunt for your head. They promised me justice, but they'll see you dead. They came to me with an armed battalion and held an axe to my innocent stallion and said, now it is your turn to bow. See how the king has fallen now. They raised up an anvil and laid me bare. at my doorstep, a child forlorn. He told me his story, he told me his woes, as I thought up a plan for our mutual foes. I stealthily went to familiar lands. I gathered my weapons and laid out my plans. But when the poor child spoke with friends he had known, he abandoned our mission and left me alone. I gathered my hounds and made them devour the allies I once knew. Sweet friendships now sour, and let explosions rain from on high as I watched them run and fight for their lives. Oh, woe to thee, ye people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder and that you never rise again. And woe to those who called me a friend. I reveled in victory, time passed in a blink. I took a new prodigy under my wing. I watched him grow bolder, I watched him grow brave, and I watched as they took him and locked him away. A rescue was gathered, our plans were all honed to save my apprentice and the man that I owed. All went as expected, we thought we'd escaped, but they took my apprentice and there he was slain. My rage and my grief flared brighter than flame. I charged the warden, but he fled the blame, and I did swear as he did flee I'd avenge the one he took from me. I tracked down the man to the edge of the world. With enemies turned allies, his white flag unfurled. We dragged him down and laid him to rot, and I returned from the carnage I wrought. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder and that you never rise again. And beware of me and beware of my friends. Oh, woe to thee, people of order. I hope your homes continue to smolder